Are you ready for today's video? We have the base tour of the perfect base, unraidable base. This is the best base ever that you're going to see, so let's go, come on, follow me. Okay, let's be honest, this is not the best base, this is a trash, but I didn't get raided even once using this base. First of all, starting off with the base itself, as you can see, this is a box of a base. I have the metal compartment as well as the stone wall for external part, and I also have these like wooden honeycomb walls that are separating this base. 3x3 is fully metal. That means that this is completely safe from the raiders. Now if you take a look, I have a lot of chests. I have like this whole base is just, you know, full of the chests and loot. Raiders could potentially, you know, break the stone wall, but we are going to use something to counter that because, you know, we are not all that rich to build everything in metal. What we are using to counter that is a simple twig honeycomb. So this honeycomb that you see right here is supposed to go everywhere around the base. Even, you know, like these foundations right here are supposed to be fully honeycombed in twig, and then we are going to have a whole bunch of 1x1s that are in twig, and that is just going to force the raiders to go through the twig before they even decide to raid the stone wall. These wooden walls do not make a whole lot of a sense. They are there only to increase the noise level if they decide to get in. So if I'm gonna be honest with you, I should even destroy these wood walls, but they are just looking pretty fine. Another way how you can stop the raiders from even breaking anything is to have at least one bait chest that is going to contain some kind of item that you do not need, that is going to be very important to the raiders. You can also use this pickup truck to store these bait items, and in my case I'm using the simple spear with the blue modification. If they see this spear, they're gonna say, oh wow, this is so valuable, and they're going to take easy spears from the pickup truck as well as from this bait chest, and they're going to leave the raid without breaking anything. You can only have the one outer layer of stone walls. You really need to have the bait chest, and that's about it. If you do not have a bait chest, use this twig mechanism. Anyway, let's start off with the loot, but also I also have a whole lot of stuff outside of the base. So from the starting area we have farms outside. We have here the bathing area, so the water collector as well as the shower. I have here a random chest that holds a whole bunch of water. This is a useless chest, but yeah, we have the decoration items, the ATV. I managed to get 6 of the ATV transmissions. This is the bottleneck. Other than that, everything should be fine. You know what, let's do this real quick. Let's fill up everything. So yeah, I'm missing only two car batteries, some of the steel plates, carbon composite. I mean, this is gonna be very easy to get. I'm pretty sure I have enough. So yeah, the ATV is being built slowly but surely, and also I'm having quite a lot of workbenches outside that I do not really need. And yeah, on the other side I have the dogs as well as the acid tub and the workbenches. Now if we take a look into the core of the base, and this is the most important part of my base, this is where I keep the valuable loot. So I have three boxes that are dedicated to the guns, 2 for the parts, 2 for the resources, 1 for armor and 1 for healing items. That is going to ensure that I have everything that I need. So let's start from the gun boxes. In the first gun box I have saved quite a lot of the AKs throughout the well, I want to say the 1 year of active playtime, but actually I played this game since season 16-17, and that was a long time ago. But yeah, I managed to save quite a lot of the AKs. I'm not using them. In the second chest I have quite some of the scars saved, some of the VSSs. I am using VSSs, I'm not using scars. Some of the spare inventory for the M16s, I'm using M16s very actively. For the last chest I have a whole bunch of these grenade launchers. I am not using those, even though one grenade launcher is going to be like 16 grenades for the police station. For the time being I'm just, you know, saving on these grenade launchers, and I'm waiting for the better use for them. Again, some spare AKs that I'm saving. Now let's go into the parts. Here I have some of the C4, some of the random parts that I'm never gonna use. You know, I'm keeping them just in case. Special items like gunpowder. Who is using gunpowder? I'm not really sure. Anyway, in the second chest for the components I have a whole bunch of random components, and this is not the only chest for the parts. I have a couple of those around my base, but for the healing chest I have quite a lot of the first aid kits, and the reason why is I'm not using them. I am using, however, a lot of the bandages. The only reason why is it feels much better to use a bandage than to use a first aid kit, and then you are like dealing 60 damage and wasting 40 potential healing. In the armor chest I have a bunch of the Kevlar armor as well as some of the CBRN. For the resource chest I have a whole bunch of the resources here. I mean, look at copper bars. I'm never gonna convert this into the steel. You get copper bars from recycling watches, plates and cameras and stuff like that. I have some of the LED plates. This is from some kind of a event. The another chest that I have some of the random resources. You never know why do you need that. I mean, look how much acid I have. Okay, so that is the main loot that I'm keeping here. If we go outside, right here I have some of the armor and some of the melee weapons. In the armor chest I have my armor that I'm using left, right and center. I mean, this doesn't really matter. I also have here one chest that you cannot see. This is also full of the armor that I might need, as well as the melee weapons, saw blade maces. These melee weapons are very hard to use or waste if you are only using them for the sneak attack, and then you're gonna be missing like these smaller weapons here and there. Now this box right here, I'm not really sure why do I keep this box here in this area, but yeah, this is basically the random chest. So I have some of the cards and random items that are not used at all, like for example gold bar, cigarettes, some of the shovels, some of the hammers, why not. Also two of the workbenches. This is the area where I can convert the wood into the planks, and then planks into the charcoal, and charcoal into the iron or steel. This is the working area. Here I have some of the hatchets ready for the wood farm, as well as some of the wood. I am pretty low on wood in my base. I do not have almost any wood available. You need to have the fuel storage right next to the heat source smelting area, as well as the workbenches for the metal. I also have one chest right here that you cannot see, but I keep here some of the stuff that I can smelt around. So yeah, this is done in a way that all I need to do is I need this part of the base. The back side of the base is useless. So anyway, let's go into the other side of the base. So this is still useful side. Right here we have the recycler, and we have again this is kind of like a random chest. I here keep some of the stuff that come out of the recycler that I don't really need. So again, a bunch of hammers. Why do I keep all these hammers? Do not ask me. I also have here like two of the garbage chests, as you can see, like some of the flashlights, the light bulbs, locks and empty canisters, and this is the actual valuable chest. So again, here I'm keeping the stuff that I want to recycle, but these items actually give something good in return, minus these cans. I'm not really sure why do I keep them here, but so here we have one chest that has a bunch of random guns. These guns are used for the recycling purposes. As you can see, I'm saving a couple of these guns that have low durability. I'm using that for the recycling, a whole bunch of Winchesters. Now I have here the chest of the guns that I do use quite often. I mean, Glocks, shotguns, they are gonna be used in the regular gameplay, but I am stockpiling on these Uzis, and these Uzis are very hard to come by, and they are, you know, kind of a good weapon to have. Again, random armor that I'm not using. I mean, I just have it here for the sake of having it. Also the another chest of armor, and this box used to be the box for some kind of a random guns. I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna keep it here. Again, I have the empty chest here. This chest used to be for some random healing items. Anyway, here we have garbage spare parts. Like I said, I'm keeping this throughout my whole base. I have a lot of them stockpiled. Again, some of the truck wheels as well as the ATV wheels. I do not really need the ATV wheels anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of those. Maybe I'm gonna need it, maybe not. I mean, we'll see about the settlement, what settlement is going to require. I'm pretty new to the settlement, so hey. And again, we have a lot of resources here: iron plates, iron, nails and leather. So we are at the back side of the area. This room is not used all that much. I keep here a bunch of random stuff, items for the cooking. I do not use the kitchen stove at all. As you can see, I do not even have everything unlocked, but hey, I was, you know, playing around with this kind of stuff. The buffs are not all that amazing. I'm having a whole bunch of alcohol. In the next chest I have a whole bunch of paint that I'm not using, and also the chest duct tape, what do you call it, super glue. It gets used over time, so I really need to, you know, restock all this. Again, I have a whole bunch of hammers in this chest. Anyway, let's get into the useless part. A whole bunch of wires, a whole bunch of plastic that, you know, I'm pretty much done with the weapon modification, so why do I need plastic? I don't even know. And also a whole bunch of bricks. And the last chest, this chest used to be full of the pickaxes. However, I used these pickaxes in the era of farming for copper. These days you do not need to go out to farm the copper. Anyway, that was the loot for my base. I also have the inbox weapons. I mean, look at these iron hatchets. I'm never gonna use that. So yeah, 21 of the scars in inbox. I'm not using those. Like I said, grenade launchers are there. So C4. This is all coming from the events. The category of tools, okay, nothing interesting. Category of equipment, armor in inbox. If there is the immediate need for armor from the resources, a whole bunch of steel plate resources are gonna chill, unless I have that immediate need 100 carbon composite. So consumables, look at this. So much of the healing items, reanimators, food, these raiders are going to make you rich. These raiders are responsible for giving me healing items, leather, armor, iron, and then you can just craft these things. Crowbars, these are very effective in clearing the bunker alpha. If you have modifications for the cleaver, you can start using cleavers because they are going to have a better DPS. Other than that, you can just craft the shovels. They are great for the wall tricking, much better or much faster than the crowbars. Whenever you unlock the pipe is gonna be your best weapon. Keep in mind that pipe is very durable. If you are not raiding, you're not gonna get raided. You do not need walls. You can just have foundations here, have your chests outside. You're gonna get a daily zombie horde raid. They're just gonna go through your base and not touch anything. These hammers need to go away. Anyway, this is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this base tour. Pretty simple yet effective base. It looks questionable. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye. Peace.